Hey everybody, this is Cherokee Edwards from Cherokee Edwards Inspires, where we're going to have shows here to talk about life, to talk about what makes your life special, what makes it better, and everybody working together, because together everyone achieves more. Acronym for the word team. Stay tuned and let's get it on. Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of the Cherokee Edwards Inspires show. Well, tonight we want to talk about the mindset. I think we always talk about, the things that's needed to be successful and things that people are doing. And yeah, we have a pandemic going on. But for a lot of people in this country and this world, a pandemic is every day. I mean, it's a mental pandemic. We imprison ourselves a lot of time by the way we think. And a lot of times when we surround ourselves with the wrong people, we can't help but think the wrong things. So one of the things that I want to talk about today in this show is who you should hang around with and who you should be associated with to prepare yourself for greatness. The one thing that I want to talk about, and I'm always asking people what they feel like I should spend 20, 30 minutes on talking about. And I take requests. So one of the requests that was asked to me, recently was, Cherokee, what was it that made the switch flip for you that turned you from sleeping in that car, from being in poverty, to making over $1 million. I mean, to literally getting yourself out of a financial problem. And it was simple. To be honest with you, I was by myself a lot. And self-love is so important. But then again, you have to surround yourself with great people. But the first and most important cognizance of that team is you. So if your mind is right, then you can welcome in people that are like-minded. So if you wanted to be an accountant, for example, if you're really trying to be an accountant, then you probably shouldn't hang out with a lot of engineers. If you want to be an engineer, then you shouldn't hang out with a lot of accountants. If you want to be an accountant, hang out with a lot of accountants. Find out how to do an internship with a accountant firm. If you're trying to be an engineer, hang out with the engineers. Find yourself somebody to attach yourself to that is willing to share their secrets with you, secrets to success. And the easiest way to do that is to find somebody that is self-confident within themselves. Because if they're not going to want to teach you their secrets thinking that you're going to take over their position at some point in time. Well, back to this mindset for if you're in school. If you're young kids listening to me, find out who are the kids that are getting ahead. They're getting good grades. They're sharp. And I don't care if everybody calls them a nerd, because believe it or not, Bill Gates is a big nerd, right? But a lot of us would trade places with him in a heartbeat financially. And people love this man, including myself. When you see somebody capable of solving a problem, and people want to call them nerds, those are the people you should run from, because problem solving is the best way and the fastest way to become successful in anything, whether it's making money or whether it's changing somebody's path. So the path of least resistance a lot of times leads to problems. Les Brown said one time, and I've always listen to this. He said, if you do what is hard, your life will be easy. But if you do what is easy, your life will be hard. So in other words, if you're looking for shortcuts, you're probably going to run into every bump in the road there is, because there really are no shortcuts in life. However, the best way to get there in the most efficient way is to learn from others' examples and faults, because you're going to learn from your own mistakes, but you can also learn from the mistakes of others. But remember, if you associate yourself with people that aren't going anywhere, don't want anything, all they do is complain and talk about how bad life is and how bad people are, they don't want to help us get ahead, then you're sitting right in that same muck and mire of mediocrity and failure. Something's going to happen. Something's got to give. So one of the things that I want to share with you today is make up your own mind. Decide to listen to people that are truly successful. One thing you'll learn about most people that are successful, especially those that have built their way into success, they're pretty upbeat. They're pretty happy people. They don't look at life's challenges the same way as others look at life's problems, because that's exactly what it is to them. It's just a challenge, another challenge. It's not a problem. It's a challenge. Now, when everyone looks at a problem and we say, okay, Cherokee, what's the difference between a problem and a challenge? Well, the problem actually will stop you. The challenge only slows you down long enough to figure out a way to accomplish your goal. So if you're sitting there saying, I want to make $1,000 by the end of the week, right? You tell yourself, how many days are you willing to work in that week? If you tell yourself, I want to make $1,000 in the next 5 days, well, if you're doing the math, you know you need to make $200 a day. So if you're willing to work 10 hours a day, then you know you need to make roughly $20, each hour. Now, by doing that, it makes it easier because now you can say, what could I sell that could net me a profit of $20? Could you sell t-shirt? T-shirt may cost $25. Maybe you give a discount of $5 and you say, these are I only have 20 t-shirts. You sell half of those t-shirts for $20. There you go. You got your $200 for that day. So you didn't have to make $200 an hour. You just needed to make $200 within a 10-hour period of the day. See, most people, when they say, well, I owe somebody $1,000, they shut down. And the first thing they want to do is go find somebody that is a little richer than they are, or at least to their mind, and ask them for a loan. What if I told you that you are your loan? What if I told you that inside of you is where the loan lies? You have a solution inside. You're a walking bank book. Because as long as your mind works, you can devise a strategy and something of value to someone else, and you can charge for it. The moment it's of value to someone else, you can charge for it. This very podcast, I started interviewing people, and this year is the first year I've done this. Now, I've been on hundreds of interviews. People have interviewed me on TV shows, on radio shows, all these different broadcasts, but I have never started a podcast. And I've had a lot of people tell me that I should do it because of my character, my energy, and I have something to talk about. So finally, I said, you know what? I want to start trying to help people get referrals through the podcast. And that is exactly what I've done. So over the last couple months, I've designed programs that are able to get people together even through the computer age, even through the social media, which is the way the world is turning, if you can see it. I also want to tell you about assembling people and alliances and teams. You want people around you that also want to be successful, because if they don't want to be successful, believe me, they're going to find something wrong with everything that they do and everything that you do. And what that does is that makes you a part of the pigeon team or the chicken team. You will never ever see an eagle flying with chickens or hanging out with pigeons. You'll never see it. And if you do see an eagle in a chicken coop, trust me, that eagle is making a meal out of one of those chickens. That's the way that works, So it's just one of those things where, you figure out what you want to accomplish, how you want to be seen. Some people say, I don't care how people see me. I don't care what people think. Well, when you hear somebody say that, you probably want to get away from that person, because that person's either in denial or they're already broken beyond repair. Give me a second. Give me a second, guys, and we'll be right back to talk about more of it.
If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
All right, guys, I'm back. Talk about this. Let's talk about this circle now. Let's talk about how you need to think. And sometimes you got to be willing to go somewhere by yourself because other people are not going to share your views. They're not going to share your gift. Your gift is your gift. It's no one else's gift. You know, a lot of people are very selfish. And if you're surrounded by selfish people, then if you stay around it, you become selfish. It's like a sickness. It just gets on you and you can't get it off. You know, I, for one, love to be by myself because I know that I think on a level that people that hang around me, they don't think on this level. They don't think for themselves. And a lot of them need somebody else to validate who they are. And they're good people. I'm not saying they're not good people. They are very good people. You could love them. They could be your mother, father, your children, your brother, your sister, your best friends. And they do have a place in your life. Okay. But even having said that they have a place in your life, remember that this is your life. Things that you want, that's for you to go after. Go after what you want. There are times where even I have to get away from my own wife because there's things that I'm trying to do she cannot understand. She cannot. She's a great person. I love her to pieces. She is gifted beyond measure. And she's actually starting to spread her own wings in her gift. And I'm so happy to see it. But there are a lot of times where she and I will talk and we see things totally opposite. We see things way opposite from each other. You know, it doesn't mean that it's good for one or bad for the other. It's just a different point of view. So if I'm sitting there saying, I want to do my podcast, I have to have total silence and I have to have my mind ready to talk to you guys, my listeners. So I have to think about things I want to talk about so I'm not just on here rambling, right? That's a gift. That's a gift. A gift is when you can sit for a minute and say you want to talk to America or whoever is listening worldwide, because I don't want to just keep it to the United States. I know there's people in Europe that need help. They need stimulation. They need inspiration, right? It's not just people here. But when people here talk to me directly and say they want me to do something, and if I'm able to do it, then why not? You know? And the thing is taken off. It's taken off like a rocket. It works well. I love to inspire people. I love hearing that something that I said resonated in somebody's life and it helped their son change their life. They're playing sports. They learn to hit those books. They're working out beyond just what the coaches make them do. These are things that build the character. Your character is not tested at a triumph. It takes adversity. That's what challenges your character. Anybody can be happy when they're on the winning team, but can you take a team that's losing and turn it into a winning team? You know, I talk about my guy, Kobe Bryant. I love talking about Kobe. God rest his soul. You know, but Kobe Bryant stayed with the Los Angeles Lakers for all 20 years of his NBA career. He could have easily went to any other team and been that mega star still on that team, maybe won even more rings, more than 5, you know. But he took a team that was struggling, you know, after Shaq left, and he took that team to the finals. And he actually won 3 more finals, you know. So, I mean, he won 2 more finals. I'm sorry, it wasn't 3, it was 2 more. He won 3 with Shaq, and he won 2 more by himself. He proved that he could do this. He could lead this team, put it on his back. But the thing that I love about Kobe the most is he never put on anybody else's jersey. So whether people love or hate him, he was loyal and he stayed there, and he knew that he was strong enough to will that team to be champions. And that's the beautiful thing. I mean, he watched Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan didn't change teams. I know some people say, well, what about when he played for the Washington Wizards? If you guys remember him playing for the Washington Wizards for that one season, you also remember him coming out of the press box of administration and coming down on the floor to teach Rip Hamilton and a few of the young players what he meant by hard work and dedication. So he was 41 years old. He wasn't playing for that team at his prime. He did that as an experiment to show them what hard work can do. And he still averaged over 20 points. He did that to show them that could be done. It wasn't like he was saying, oh, I'm not done with basketball. That's how great Michael Jordan was. I believe Michael Jordan could come out of retirement right now and put it on some of these young guys. You know, this is what happens when you're great. You know, and just remember, we're all great at something. Find something that you are absolutely great at doing. You know you can do it. You know it's fun for you to do. And then your job starts right then to find out how to monetize it. The moment you find out how to monetize it, you now are creating a position for yourself. You will no longer work anymore once you've done that, because now you're doing something that you absolutely love to do and you're getting paid for it. You don't have to worry about being fired. You don't have to worry about being laid off. You don't have to worry about any stimulus and people giving you things. You can earn it. That's an interesting concept, isn't it? Actually earn the money that you get. If people always have their hand out around you, you know, don't cuss them out. Don't chew them out. You know what you do? You think about what you're doing as a business and you say, I tell you what, you need that $500, huh? Yeah, I do. All right, I tell you what, I'm going to pay you $10 an hour. All you owe me is 50 hours of work. How about that? Give me 50 hours of work and find something for them to do for those 50 hours. I don't care if it's 10 hours a day for 5 days, for a whole week. And pay them out of that. And that's basically, when you get to that 50th hour, I'm going to write you a $500 check. If it's in sales, if I close this deal and the deal's worth $5,000, I'll pay you 10% on it. You close the deal, I'll pay you 10% on that deal. See, what happens when you do that is you're now holding them accountable, and thus no handout is given. Let people know, I'm in this for you, but I'm going to give you a hand up instead of a handout. I learned to do that because I used to give money away to people that just ask, oh, can I have this? Can I hold this? Because they knew that I was earning money. And that's sometimes the curse of becoming successful financially, is people think it came to you easy. So they feel like because you have it, they should have it. But they didn't lift a hammer. They didn't lift a nail. They didn't hand you a wrench. They didn't do anything to help you build whatever you possess. So if you have an empire, they didn't help you build it, but they sure want to come around and say, hey, can I help you? Well, of course you want to help now. But where were you when I had to build this? But you know what? That's neither here nor there. I'll go ahead and help you. You want to know how you can help me? Here, pass out these flyers. And I want you to pass these flyers out for 10 hours. I want you to hit 7 cities in 10 hours. And I want you to pass all 10,000 flyers out. Now, if they don't want to do that, you have to question yourself as, how bad do they really need that money that you're asking you for? Because they probably don't really need it. If you're hanging out with people that are always asking you to ask your parents or ask somebody for this or ask somebody for that, you know, or asking you for it, you got to question them. Are they your real friends or are they parasites? You know, we all tend to call people friends very loosely. You know, we don't really know what the definition of the word friend is a lot of times. And a lot of times it's because you're the only friend in the equation. If you're the friend and you want to make sure that they're living well and doing good, okay, you're a friend. You're going to help them in need, which is a friend indeed. But when it's vice versa, you can't find them. Is that your real friend? You know, see, these are the things that I like to talk about. And what has changed my life is if I can't be involved in a group that is working forward and moving forward and progressive, then I need to create a group that will move forward and be progressive. You know, if you need a change in your life, become the change in your life. Become that change. And it starts with being okay with being by yourself. You won't be by yourself long. If you're doing the right thing, eventually good people will gravitate and they'll come toward you. I have such a great team around me now. I have a great group of business people, and they're actually friends, and I'm proud to call them my friends. I'm proud. But we all look after each other. We all make sure that we spread the word about each other's businesses. And there's about 15 of us. And I love them. I'm going to give them a plug right now. We're called The Leading Edge. And we meet on Fridays, every Fridays. And we're doing it online now. But we have everything from realtors, lawyers, financial advisors, handyman, life insurance agents. We even have Here for the Girls, a nonprofit organization. We have marketing, we have displays, we have tax, accountants. We have everything. We got, employee cards, people are timekeepers. They, help people with keeping up their time. We have people for healthcare, healthcare providers. We have everybody covered. We have bathroom, bathroom specialists, 5-star bath solutions. Good friend of mine owns that company. He's we're all business professionals. We have real estate agent and one of my better friends, I love this man, Jim Kourmadas, and the thing is, guys, whether, it's my family, which I call them my family, Vicki Vawter's, john.doiron, and the whole point of the whole matter is you want these people to know that you care about them. Duane Hayes, bathroom, 5-star bath solutions, it's just one of those things where when you turn that corner, you build a family, you build a family. Steve Daley. And my man, Bob Tassone with Port Insurance and Financial Services. Martha, I love Martha. She's like a mom to me. I even call her that now, And the whole point is everybody works together. Steve Rosen does the marketing, promotions for us. And you could just keep going. Tina's in banking, and you just keep going with this. You got Adrienne Carter. She works in healthcare. These are the people that I go to. Javier, I go to him for AC. We've been, I'm going to play with him one day, but we've been with him for years, even before I joined the business network. But these are my network and family now. These are my family. These are people I trust. So if somebody comes to ask me, hey, do you have a good lawyer? I'm going to say, yeah, I got Jeremy for you. It's just Jeremy Forrest, Forrest Law. I would give him anything or ask him anything dealing with legal questions because I know he's going to give me the right answer. And if he doesn't have the answer, he's going to go find it. And there's no question about that. If somebody comes into town, they're looking for a house or they're looking to sell their house, I just tell them, I got you. Don't worry about it. Don't go looking for anybody. Jim Kourmadas is going to call you. I'm going to give him your information. You talk about nonprofit organization, look no further than Vicki Vawter's Vicki Vawter is amazing for the girls. These are young spirited women that came down with breast cancer at a young age. And they do wonderful things. And they put on different functions and everything you can think of for these ladies to protect them. They have a beautiful calendar. I went to a basketball game at William and Mary with the ladies, and we had a ball. You have to know who's in your corner. You have to know who's in your corner. And when you know who's in your corner, you stay with them. If something needs to be fixed around my house or any of my neighbor's house, a lot of retired people out here, I'm calling Steve Daley with Daily Necessities. There is no question. There is no question about who I'm going to call. You know? And when you know that you have these people and they have your back, it makes it very easy. It makes it extremely easy for you to work things out for them. It makes it extremely easy. If we're talking about financial advising and planning, I'm going to call John.doiron. Because John.doiron is personal, hands-on. He actually cares about what he's doing. He's got like more than 7, certifications. In a field where people only need like 2. That's how much he cares about his business. These are the things that you want. This is what you want to do. You want to surround yourself with people like that, so you don't have to wonder, did you choose the right person? If you're looking for a loan, let's let Tina do it. Tina's amazing. So you corner all the areas of expertise. I don't have to know everything about all these things I'm telling you about now, but I have somebody that does know about it. And guys, let me tell you this. If you're around the wrong people, it's for you to change who you surround yourself with, not for them to change. You're not going to change the people that are hanging around you. You are going to change the people that you hang around. That's important to know. That's important to know. And everybody's not against you. I want to say that too. Everybody's not against you. The world is not against you. The world just doesn't care. Guys, the world just doesn't care. What are you seeing right now? People are saying, hey, make sure you wear your mask. Make sure you stay at a safe 6-foot distance, right? And people are right on top of each other, and people are not wearing masks, and people are all over the place. That's why you see the coronavirus taking such a hold and a toll on everybody in different states, because everybody wants to get outside. I get it. But it's at someone's risk. And if it's not your risk, it's at the risk of others. And whoever dies from this is somebody else's loved one. If it's not yours, somebody else loved that person. And I'm telling you right now, I'm confined just like the rest of you are. And it's just my day is different. You know why? Because I'm always creating something. I'm so busy doing something positive with myself and learning something new and surrounding myself with people that I love, starting with my wife, who's my best friend. And then, my assistant, Amelia, who stays very close to me, and I love her too. I get to talk to my sister, Ebony. She might not be here. She's in her house, but we talk. And we work as a team. And it helps the day go faster. But let me say this. The people that ride with you, make sure you let them know they ride with you and you see them. Don't worry about the mouth. Anybody can say that they ride with you. Anybody can say that they got your back. Anybody can say that you're their best friend. But their actions speak a heck of a lot louder, doesn't it? A heck of a lot louder than the words do. And if you're out there and you're that person that I'm talking about right now, just change it. Don't get mad. Just change the way you act. Actually walk the talk. Stop talking so much and start walking. Show people that you got their back. If people didn't do anything wrong to you, don't put other people's shortcomings on to somebody else that doesn't deserve it. Don't bring old baggage into new relationships. It's childish, it's deadly and dangerous to a lifetime of misery. That's what it gives you. So I want to take that time, like I said, and I thank y'all for listening to me tonight. I know I went in a little deep, but I hope this helps you. I hope this helps everybody, especially the people that asked me to do this, because I'm not using a script. I never use a script. I'm just talking to you from my heart. I want to see you move forward. And if your parents are living, reach out to them and say hello to them. If they were good to you, especially if they weren't so great to you, but they're still around, give them a chance to change, because we only come through this life one time. I lost both my parents in my 20s, okay? So guess what? Enjoy and appreciate who you have now, because you never know when it's gone. I want to say that to you guys. I love you. God bless you. God keep you. Wash your hands. And I'll talk to you next time. This is Cherokee. Peace out. Cherokee Edwards Inspires. I'm out.